What's going on, everybody? So I just wanted to make you aware of a press conference that just concluded in front of Grady Hospital. It's in regards to the mass shooting that took place at Mechanicsville, where 5 people were shot and injured.
Like, I just seen the girl trying to run and then she just got hit her back. That was just very, like, I kind of teared up because she was a very young girl. And then when we came out, I seen another lady. She was getting drug outside of the car. She got hit on her side. Like, a lot of people got shot. Another guy got shot in his chest.
There are several individuals, young people, fighting for their lives right now as we speak in Grady Hospital. One in particular was shot in the head, and she's in very severe condition. So this press conference was called as a way to help bring more attention to the plight of what's going on, not only in Mechanicsville, but throughout Metro Atlanta.
We are here with family members of the individuals who were shot in a mass shooting over in the Mechanicsville area this past Saturday. And we're describing it as a mass shooting because that's what it is. Because over 2 people were shot. In fact, there were 5 individuals shot. And we just want to help center those who were injured, that community, and also propose a way forward as community organizers and those who love Atlanta and want to see Atlanta heal from this rash of violence that we have seen in recent days. This family they have left the bedside of their loved one to come down and speak today so that they could give the community, the city leaders an update about the condition of this 29-year-old precious soul who was just, again, in that park on that day, enjoying family and community, and it should not have ended up with her being here in Grady Hospital fighting for her life.
We have got to say to the mayor, to city council, to the police chief, this cannot be a business as usual kind of deal. I heard about this on my way back into town, and then I was waiting for a response that came from the city that this was a all-out assault on a community, and the response was going to be proportional to the assault. What we saw was business as usual. And so we got to be willing to call it for what it is and disrupt this. We cannot give the streets of Atlanta over to the thugs and the gangs who want to hold an entire community hostage. That over 7,000 people maybe came out to this festival. 7,000 people who love this city, love that community, was there to show brotherly and sisterly love. And at the end, we're going to turn it over to some thugs to shoot up the place. And then we're going to act as if that is okay.
I stand here today with the community, with the family. I stand here as a mother, as a sister to my brother that is our VP of Street Groomers, and with the family of the other families that stand here today, and with all of the community leaders, that we will not continue to allow our children to be taken out. We will not allow for the police to continue to stand by and watch things happen and then come to the aid afterwards. We are tired of having to stand here and say just this, that we're tired, that we have to police the police, that we have to police our own communities. We are tired of standing up here crying with the mothers when so many say they care, when we already have another mother in DeKalb County that just lost her son, and no one reaches back out to help after this happens. We need for you all to come together and continue to help these families after the math. Because this mother is still, and these grandfathers in this family is still going to need our help afterwards. Yes. See, that's what we do afterwards. We go to the doors.
Yes, sir.
We knock on their doors. Do you need anything?
That's right.
Do you need water, food? What do your other children need while you down crying and mourning? We cannot just continue to have a press conference after a press conference after a press conference of how we can change, and then we walk away and the next we'll be right back here.
A lot of what was asserted during his press conference is that police just are not doing the right thing, and that the mayor's office did not come forward, did not contact the family, did not reach out to them.
One, there was some security there. Two, this mother went to security as well as APD and said there are a group of young men who have book bags and guns. Some of the guns were visible on their person. And she felt uneasy about it with all of the young people in the community, in the park, as they were packing up to leave. She made it very clear, this is dangerous. She communicated that to at least 3 APD officers before the shooting. And the greatest challenge that Brother Bozeman raised is you cannot be afraid. We can't move in fear around our children. We've got to get out of those cars and walk into community and engage community. That didn't happen until after her baby was shot. Once her daughter was shot and she's trying to come and render aid and be supportive, then the police, are telling her to back up and using profanity to tell her to back up while her daughter is laid out. And so they pull guns on her as she tries to provide aid to her daughter. And so this is the absolute confusion that the peaceful people are the ones who are confronted by law enforcement, and those who are bringing all of the violence are left to go unchecked. And so it is no surprise that they have not made an arrest because they were not interested in disrupting the violence on that evening when she asked for help.
The family and other community leaders are very upset about the lack of concern, and they are in the process of putting together and organizing an event that's scheduled to take place next Saturday at 10 a.m. at Dunbar.
And so we decided that we're going to open the door back.
Why?
And we're hoping that the city will put a key in. But if we have to pull the door off the hinges, we're going back to Dunbar Center, because we wanted to be very clear that we're not going to be held hostage by a few thugs. And we also want the message to go very clearly to the police chief and the police department. Your job is to serve and protect. Right now, that community is unprotected because the people who left these family members' children laying in this hospital are still out there. If they were so bold as to pull a gun and shoot in that crowd, what do you think they might do tonight? Right? So there has to be a fierce sense of urgency. The urgency of the now says, we will not rest until we bring every single one of them to the bar of justice.